हेलो फ्रेंड्स, आज मैं बेसिक्स ऑफ 2D कोऑर्डिनेट ज्योमेट्री का फर्स्ट वीडियो डालने वाला हूँ। टुडे इन दिस वीडियो वी शैल डिस्कस व्हाट इज कार्टेशियन coordinate system. Okay, this is our question 1. Question 2, what is polar coordinate system? These are the two questions that we will discuss in this video. कार्टेशियन कोऑर्डिनेट समझते हैं। कार्टेशियन कोऑर्डिनेट में क्या होता है? कार्टेशियन कोऑर्डिनेट में फर्स्ट होता है आपका टू म्यूचुअली परपेंडिकुलर लाइंस। नंबर 2 आपका वन पॉइंट ऑफ intersection. Okay, so these are the two components. Two mutually perpendicular lines means lines which are perpendicular to each other, and one point of intersection. Now what is that? So let us draw. Suppose this is a line, this is another line, so there is a 90 degree in between them. Okay, so this is called mutually perpendicular lines. This is a point of intersection. So this point is called origin. These lines are called, each line is called axis. When we speak in plural sense, this is axis. Okay, so usually we denote this line as x-axis, this particular line as x-axis, and this particular line as y-axis. Okay, for the simplification, or for we can say for simplicity of our expression, we take this line as y dash, x dash, and this is O. So we usually say, what are the coordinate axes? X O x dash and y O y dash. So this represent x axis and this represent y axis. Now what are this plane represent? This entire plane, suppose this is a plane I am considering. Okay, this entire plane, what is this? This is Cartesian plane. Okay, this entire plane is called Cartesian plane. Now within the Cartesian plane we add numbers, usually real numbers, sometimes integers. Okay, so if I draw like this, so this is the Cartesian plane. So this side we call it positive side, this is negative side. This origin is usually 0. This is again positive side and this is again negative side. Okay, clear? This is x O x dash, y O y dash. Okay, now how to use this system? Okay, let me explain how to use it. Suppose this is a point in the plane, this is a point in the plane. what we do is that we draw two mutually perpendicular lines. Okay, this is x o x dash, y o y dash. Now, how to locate this point with respect to this coordinate system? So we start from origin, we move towards this x-axis till this point. We write this point, this distance as small x. Okay, this distance is small x. From this point we climb to this particular point. So say this distance is y. So we define this point as x comma y. This coordinate, this is called coordinate of the point. Okay, coordinate of the point. So for to reach this particular point, we start from the origin, move x distance along x-axis, and then y distance along y-axis. Now for the same point, if we change the Cartesian coordinate system, suppose I write it here x, this is the thing, then the distance moved in x-axis is this one, and y is this small portion, this portion only. This is your y in this Cartesian coordinate plane. So this small part is your y and this portion is your x. So see, suppose if I write it x dash and y dash, then the same xy is represents the same point as x dash and y dash. So Cartesian plane is not, or you can say Cartesian system is not a fixed system. You can move it, you can translate it, you can rotate it. We can explain these things in our next video, not next video, probably the last video of unit 1. So this is how the coordinate system works. If you change the perpendicular lines and the, or simply we can say if we change the origin, then the coordinates change but the point remains the same. So to define the coordinate of the point, define the coordinate of the point, we must first define the lines and the origin. If origin and line are different, then for the same point we get two different coordinates. This is not wrong, this is just you have to mention according to which coordinate system, or according to what is your origin with reference to which you have defined your coordinate. If this is your origin, your coordinate is this one. If this is your origin, your coordinate is this one. So this is how Cartesian coordinate system works. Okay, so next is, so if now we know how to define the coordinates of a point. Suppose this is plus, this is minus, this is plus, wait a minute, this is plus, this is minus, then the coordinates here, both the coordinates are of positive sign. Here x is negative and y is positive. Here both signs are positive, both the coordinates are negative. Here first x-axis is positive and y-axis is negative. Okay, and this particular plane is usually called quadrant. Why it is called quadrant? Because suppose this entire sheet is a plane and we draw a Cartesian coordinates, two mutually perpendicular lines, this is the origin, then you can easily see these lines and the origin divide the plane into 4 sections. So this, we name this as coordinate first quadrant, then this is second quadrant, this is third quadrant, this is a fourth quadrant. Okay, how to identify? In the first quadrant, both the coordinates points, both the points in within the coordinates are positive. Here x is negative, y is positive. Here both the signs are negative. Here x is positive and y is negative. So this is how we can identify the quadrant of a Cartesian coordinate system. So suppose we have a point 3, 4. How to locate it in the Cartesian plane? Just draw the perpendicular lines, mark. This is 3, so 1, x-axis it is 3, so 1, 2, 3, 4. This is y is 4, so 1, 2, 3, suppose 4. So x is 3, so this is the 3. We move in x-axis, this is 3, and we have to climb to the point 4. So we climb to the point 4. Okay, so this is the point 3, 4. Clear? This is how you locate the point in the Cartesian coordinate plane. Next is polar. I will not explain polar coordinates in detail because we have to explain it again while explaining or finding the equations in polar form, which is not a basic part of your course, but still. For Cartesian, we need two mutually perpendicular lines and an origin. For polar form or polar coordinates, we need a point. We call it as pole, and a line, or not line or ray, we call it as initial line. Okay, so this is the only component of polar coordinate system. So how to locate a point? This is interesting. How to, suppose this is a point, how to locate it? Now we draw a line from the pole to the point, straight line. Okay, this point, suppose this is P. Okay, and this is O. This OP is the length of the, or you can say OP is the distance of P from O. We denote it by R. We measure the angle in the positive direction of x-axis anti-clockwise. That from this, suppose we write it x. Okay, so angle XOP as theta. Then we define this coordinate as r comma theta. Okay, so this is polar coordinate. Now you can imagine that this may be same for all the points and like blah blah blah. So we can draw something. Suppose this is a point, this is a point, and exactly this is a point. So if we draw line, okay, so this is different. This is, suppose this is r1, this is theta 1, assuming. So this is r1 comma theta 1. Here it is a point, here it is another point. Okay, for this point, suppose this is theta 2, r2, this is the length. Okay, so this coordinate is r2 comma theta 2. Now for this point, this r2 plus something will be there. So suppose this entire length, suppose this length is m, and this is r2 is there plus m theta 2. So see, each of the point has different coordinates, so it uniquely defined each point in the plane. Clear? And this is how we define the polar coordinates. Suppose we have a point 1 comma pi by 4. Suppose this is a polar coordinate system. We have to locate 1 comma pi by 4. Suppose we define 90 degree. When you define 90, this half is 45 degrees. So this is your angle pi by 4. Okay, now you find the point at which this length is 1. Suppose this length is, if I put the point here, then the length of this particular length is 1. then this is 1 comma. So this is how we locate the points in polar coordinate system. Clear? Okay, in the next video we will find what how to find we'll discuss how to find the distance between 2 points. Okay, thank you.